Hello, and welcome to the FilmEU podcast. My name is Anastasiya Maksymchuk. I am a filmmaker, teacher, and media researcher at Lusófona University, Lisbon. And today is a very special day for me because I have an honor to speak and record our conversation with Olena Bondarenko from Sumy State University. Olena Bondarenko is PhD in philology, associate professor of the Department of Journalism and Philology at Sumy State University, deputy dean of the Faculty of Foreign Philology and Social Communications for Academic and Organizational Affairs. She is head of the Academic Integrity Compliance Support Group. And last but not least, she is doctoral student of the Department of Ukrainian Linguistics and Applied Linguistics in Bogdan Khmelnytsky National University of Cherkasy. Today in the morning, when we checked up if everything was according to plan, Olena shared with me that today was a terrible night because Russia did another of its massive attacks on the Ukrainian cities, and it hit Sumy as well. Just tonight, Russia launched 729 aerial weapons. It was 8 Zircon hypersonic cruise missiles, 33 Iskander ballistic missiles, 27 KH-101 cruise missiles, 5 Caliber cruise missiles, and 656 of UAVs. Among the cities attacked were Sumy, Kyiv, Dnipro, Kharkiv, Zaporizhia, Poltava, and other cities of Ukraine. At least 13 people were killed and more than 100 reported injured as of now. It left Sumy for a few hours without electricity, without internet connection. However, Olena right away told me that our conversation is still going to happen and she will manage. And so I am honored that we have a chance to speak with Olena today. Thank you so much, Olena, for joining us today, for no matter how hard was tonight and today's morning, you still did not cancel or reschedule, and we had a chance to meet. Thank you so much for that. I know it's very difficult.
Yes, thank you very much for your introduction. I want to add that my life has been closely connected with the Sumy State University since 2014. And first I came here as a PhD student and then joined the department as a teacher of this department. And over the years, my professional path has grown alongside the university, leading me to my current position as Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Foreign Philology and Social Communication.
Incredible. So you have been in Sumy since 2014, or in the Sumy State University since 2014. And you've grown to become the head of many projects and many roles. Yeah, how do you manage to juggle these different things?
I don't know how to answer this question because really I think that there are too many roles, but the life passed so quickly that I couldn't realize when I did all of this, of course. But at first I really was a PhD student, then I was a teacher, then was a senior teacher, and nowadays I'm a deputy dean of this department. But I like my work. I like to teach students because I continue to teach our students of the Department of Journalism and Philology.
Perfect. One thing that I would like to start with. Do you think on the 24th of February 2022, have you had an impulse to leave everything behind? How has this changed your, not only your life, but your vision of the future? And how did you decide to stay, keep fighting, keep going, keep working?
Yes, thank you very much for your question. I want to say that it was an unforgettable day of my life because on the 21st of February 2022, my family and I were awakened by a phone call at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it was one of our students calling from the village near the border. And the first words I heard this moment was, Olena Evgeniyevna, wake up, the war has begun. At first, I thought it was a joke. It was a terrible joke, of course, but I couldn't believe in such words. But then he told me one more time that he saw Russian tanks going through his village, and I realized that it was really true. But I couldn't believe in such event for some hours because I couldn't imagine that in the 21st century the country can start the war. Mm-hmm. But my husband said that it's really true, and we had to do anything with it because we have children, and he proposed to me to go, and he says, imagine that it is only a trip for some days. And we moved to central Ukraine for 2 weeks. But one day, one morning, my husband told me that he decided to go to the war, and he returned to Sumy. And of course, after that, we decided to go to return to Sumy together. And after that, I think it was the second part of my life because I realized that I have my family, I have my husband, I have my children. I must do anything to organize my new period of my life.
And what exactly this organization meant for you?
I want to say that it is very difficult to be a wife of a military. Yes, it's very difficult. It's not easy, and especially when in 2023 our daughter was born, and I realized that my life had changed a lot. And but of course I continued to work, and my work at the university was a good way not to think about difficulties, not to think about the war, about very, very bad things. I realized that my mission is to live. My mission is to teach, and my mission is to do everything to help my husband, to help our country, and of course to help our students, because the teachers, our task, our mission today is to show, that everything will be okay. At first, we held online classes only when there was no air raid alert. Then came a time when we realized that we couldn't simply stop the educational process because education is all our front line. So we adapted and did everything possible to continue teaching during air raid alerts. We have well-equipped shelters on campus, and we have an excellent online learning platform. We constantly remind our students not to put themselves at risk.
Some people say that they found their mission more clearly or felt their mission more clearly after the war started. Is it somehow that you felt it this way as well, and your family?
Yes, I want to say that, people can adapt to almost anything. And what seemed terrifying in 2022 now often feels small and insignificant compared to the challenges we face every day, especially today. Today's morning was also terrible.
How was it for you today? Did you sleep at all tonight?
As it possible, I don't know how to say, because we sleep in such situation every day. I want to say that this morning itself was quite difficult. There was a massive attack during the night, and then followed by 3 explosions in the morning. And our university building, our campus, lost electricity and internet connection for a while, but everything has now been restored and we are back to work. And I want to add that perhaps is the story of Ukrainian education today. No matter what happens, we adapt, recover and continue. We keep teaching, we keep learning, we keep moving forward. Nowadays we have 2 different types of teaching, online, offline, but I can't say that online is very bad. No. Learning online, our students have a lot of opportunities to attend classes, to attend different courses, to spend a lot of time with their families, to work, for example. And I want to say that Sumy State University has a brilliant platform of online education. We call it Mix platform, and if our students has no opportunity to visit the classes, they can find everything in this platform.
And I think the adaptation is something that happens both in terms of technology and the educational approach. Is that right? Because now that many students faced a lot of stressful and traumatic and so on incidents, the approach of teaching as well, I think, has changed. Is that so?
Nowadays, we have a lot of different stories from our students. There are a lot of good stories, but unfortunately we have also bad experience, because more and more often I saw the students with a lot of problems. They connected with their mental health, with their panic attacks, and unfortunately they can't continue their education process. And we can't do anything in such situation, but we try to do everything to help them. We have a very good psychological service in Sumy State University. We try to help these students, to help their families, but it's really very difficult. It's difficult for teachers when you see that this student need your help, but you don't know what to do. I try to help my students. I want to say that this year the students of the 4th course are graduated university, and it was the students of the 2022, and they are going to receive their bachelor degree, but they spent all their educational years in war process, and it's really very difficult, and it's really terrible. I think it's really terrible. The student who called me early in the morning in 2022, he graduated from the university last year, but he had to leave. He moved to Poland because his village was destroyed by Russia, and that is why he decided to move.
Yes, I also even here, in Lisbon, I have this experienced this. There's this one student who is Ukrainian and has a very difficult time to study, and clearly is depressed. And the truth is, I am not sure how to help, because as much as we teachers can talk, we can maybe support in our way, but this will have to be a much more comprehensive work on trauma to help the students. And I hope that there is a way for them to not associate the studies or the university with the war, because both happen simultaneously for this batch of the bachelor's students, and so this is very, very difficult.
Yes, yeah, I quite agree with you, because we also have some students who decided to move in the beginning of the war, but then they returned to Ukraine, and they also told us about their experience abroad. And it is also difficult to live abroad, to study, to work, and to read news from Ukraine, because all of them have their families, their parents in Ukraine, and it is really very difficult to compare the life abroad and the life in Ukraine. But I want to add also that it is very difficult for our teachers to teach students, because we must be healthy, we must be brave, we must be strong to show a good example for them. And we try to do it. I want to say that my husband is in the army. My two brothers are in the army. And it is not easy to live, to work, but I try to do it. I have a little daughter. She's only 2 years old. But my work, my students help me to live, to believe that everything will be okay. We really believe that everything will be okay.
You know, when I speak to you and hear all of this reality, you do sound like a hero. I understand that, yes, of course, and but at the same time, I understand that it does not mean that you do not feel the pain of it all, and you do not have the moments where maybe the weakness comes and approaches. And do you allow the students also to have these moments of weakness, maybe in the classroom or outside the classroom?
Yes.
I want to say that I hate nights. Because I don't know what will be at night, every night. But I know that in the morning I must teach my students. And at the beginning of my class, I must be strong, I must be brave, I must have a smile to help my students. Because their night was also terrible. But I want to show that everything will be okay. That is only a period of our life, but it is not our life.
Yeah, so you really have this hopeful approach, and you
Yes.
carry a lot of light, when there is a lot of darkness, and this is incredible.
But it is our life, and we have only one life, unfortunately. That is why early in the morning we begin in our new life, and we begin this life every day.
That's a very interesting approach. I just wanted to ask about this this night that I heard one time, or maybe not even one time. Sumy University was targeted by the missile. First and foremost, I want to highlight that when the Russian forces aim their rockets and their Shaheds, they know where they aim. When we say, oh, it has been aimed because maybe it went off course, no, it did not went off course. So this is more for the listeners, to give them the understanding that when a Russian missile hits the education facility, medical facility, a residential building, this is not an accident. And so I know that this happened to Sumy State University. Could you tell me a bit more details about this, please?
Yes, I want to say that our university was attacked many times, but we have a lot of different campuses in different parts of our city, and most of them were attacked by Russians. But nowadays, we continue our work, and our rector likes to say that the university is not only buildings. Our university is our people, is our staff, is our students, and I quite agree with him, because we can rebuild everything after the war. But our main task is to gather the students, to gather the teachers, to gather the staff, to gather the citizens. And we stay in Sumy. We are not going to live anywhere because of course we have opportunities, we have what to do in very difficult situation, but we are not going to do it nowadays. And we continue to live in Sumy, we continue to teach in Sumy, and we continue to show that Sumy State University is not only the name of the university, it is really a great system.
It's such a incredible highlight that you said that the university is not walls, and this is something.
Yes.
And you do need to believe in yourself first and foremost in order to be the fortress that you as a university and you yourself are. To me, when I come back to Ukraine, the state and the state of mind changes, because I feel like I am immediately among the people who understand these struggles. When you live abroad, you are physically safe, but you are among the people who don't understand your struggles. And I think this is the big difference.
I will speak about two types of our students, for example, about students who are in Ukraine, who stayed in Ukraine, and who decided to go abroad. And I can see both of them during my classes. And they can speak, they can talk about their life in such conditions. And I want to say that the students from Ukraine try to understand the students who are abroad, and they realize that it is really very difficult to live there. And the students who decided to go abroad, they also realize that it is very, very difficult to stay in Ukraine, to continue their studying, to continue working maybe in Ukraine. But speaking with my students, of course, sometimes we have some problems in our communication, but I always say that every generation faces its own challenges. War is the worst challenge, of course. And I have already said that we have only one life, and there will not be another. We must keep living, keep moving forward, and keep winning. And I also say that the educational front is extremely important. And our students, our teachers, our university staff, all of us are a very important part of this educational front. And our task is to believe that everything will be okay, and that we will win, of course. We believe in it. Not hope, but we believe.
There's a difference between hope and faith.
Yes. Yes.
Incredible. Thank you so much. You know, in this office room where I'm speaking to you, I have a little postcard that is a Ukrainian postcard, and it has a drawing of a 13-year-old child, and it has her note, and it says that in Ukrainian that every time that you are hit and fall on the ground, there's always, you have to always find strength to get up and move. And then it says Angelina, 13 years old, Avdiivka, and Avdiivka is a city that is destroyed. So sometimes I'm thinking, okay, if Angelina from Avdiivka can get up and continue walking, then definitely we should as well. And yes. Thank you. Olena, thank you so much for this incredible conversation, despite the fact that you did not have electricity, internet in the morning, that you had many nights of shellings previously, because I know this is not a separate occasion that, tonight we heard explosions. I know that it's almost every night like that for you. I wish you incredible energy. I wish you for all to finally see the peace through winning this horrible terrorism that we are facing. And thank you so much. It's been really an honor and a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you very much. It was really a pleasure for me to speak with you, and thank you very much for your positions. In such moments, we realize that we are not alone in this field, and it's really very important to feel this support from different countries, from the Ukrainians who are abroad now. Thank you very much for this conversation.
Thank you. Yes, I think it's very essential to build bridges between different countries around the world. In the difficult times, it is all about being in solidarity with each other.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hi, you've been listening to the FilmEU podcast, a space for and by European film students. Thanks for tuning in. We hope today's episode sparked ideas, raised questions, or simply made you feel part of a wider creative community. If you want more, follow the FilmEU podcast on your favorite platform and join us next time as we continue exploring the journey of young filmmakers across Europe.